Welcome to the Brooks Family Homestead and Retreat. I am John, your host. If you enjoy our videos, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Now, let's get started. We will discuss the homestead and retreat's overall design. Our number one priority is to develop, maintain, and operate the 6 cabins for wounded warriors. Our first stage of this is to have the utility infrastructure needed in order to have power and water. The electricity has been ran to the gate with a high voltage line that can be extended to the cabin site. A perk test is needed in order to have a site approved by the county health department for our septic. Initial discussions will require us to have 800 feet of septic line for our drain field. This may determine if our current planned location is suitable. Any structure above 1 per 5 acres will need to be rezoned. So the first cabin will have septic and a rainwater system large enough for 6 cabins. Once the first cabin is built, we will have our first livable structure. Rezoning will have to happen in order to build the other 5 structures. With the septic and rainwater cistern already in place, 2 major hurdles will have been overcome. The County Planning Commission has already indicated a conditional use permit will be needed as opposed to a full rezoning. Once built, the 6 cabins should occupy about 1/3 of our time, which will allow us time for the homestead. Veterans will be incorporated into daily operations within their work capabilities. There will be opportunities in operating the cabins, working on the homestead, equipment repair, and utilizing digital skills to help online. The homestead activities can start once the cabins have been completed or near completion. We plan on starting at hobby level farming in order to learn and grow. As our knowledge increases, we can increase scale. More on this later as we go into detail on our livestock plan. The remaining time that is not focused on operating the cabins will be spent on the homestead. We plan on being a hobby farm as previously discussed, with 2/3 of this time for livestock and 1/3 of the time on a small garden. We plan on utilizing hoop houses to house animals over winter and to extend the growing season for the garden. We can also start seeds earlier in the spring. We plan on using regenerative grazing techniques that have been popularized by Salatin and Judy. These are the livestock considerations we kept in mind while drafting our livestock plan. We researched this thoroughly, and these were the most common ideas when starting a homestead. Number 1 was do not bite off more than you can chew. Because the learning curve is so steep, starting out with a new animal at a pace of 1 per year is recommended. Chickens were the most frequent starter animal, along with rabbits. Setting realistic goals by starting off with a manageable amount of animals in your first year so you can learn and then increase the number of those animals in year 2. This helps as in year 2 you can apply lessons learned from your first year. Time considerations must be kept in mind if still working off farm, or in our case, running the cabins and retreat at the same time. Most people will need to balance time between family, work, and their homestead. Other considerations is the animals will need fed every day, including holidays and inclement weather. Someone will need to take time to feed and water them. Having volunteers on the homestead to help augment the chores or care for the animals while the family is away from the homestead will be key for a good life homestead balance. As we discussed earlier, hoop houses can be used for shelter. Chicken tractors can be used during warmer weather in the summer. A brooder will be needed for chicks to grow, and then a winter location for the laying hens. Good records need to be kept on feed, supplies, and the amount of weight you get once the animals are processed. This allows you to compare the price per pound versus what you may find organically at a place like Whole Foods. You also get the satisfaction of knowing you raised these animals humanely on your land. If down the road we raise more animals than we need, these could be sold to family or friends. If selling to the public, you will need to follow your state regulation. Here in Kentucky, chickens can't be processed for sale to others unless processed in an FDA-approved facility. Just as much time should be spent on marketing and sales as raising animals. A good digital and physical marketing plan will be needed to succeed. This is our tentative livestock plan, and we have made it over 3 years. We chose to start with chickens. This includes both laying hens and meat birds, commonly referred to as broilers. We plan on keeping the laying hens for 2 years and raising the broilers for 8 weeks and processing over the summer. Our other animal in year one will be quail that would provide us meat and eggs and would fit nicely with the chickens. In year two, we will add pigs to the homestead to feed in our wooded areas. This would provide us with pork, bacon, and sausage. We would also add turkeys to our poultry in addition to raising the number of chickens that we raised for the second year. In year three, we would get our first medium-sized animal in Kiko goats. These are originally from New Zealand and are hardy goats for our area. They are meat goats and not dairy goats. They are more parasite resistant than other goat breeds. We also considered sheep for year three. Overall, we also consider other animals such as rabbits and ducks for our homestead. In the description below are ways you can help. The first link is to the Homestead and Retreats Amazon store. The second link is to Patreon, where you can support the continued production of video content by becoming a channel patron. The other links help you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you for watching today's video here at the Brooks Family Homestead and Retreat. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment on the video below. Keep up the good fight and stay safe. Thank you.